Hello, beautiful souls. This is Intuitive Connections with Liz. I'm Liz. This is a reading for the sign of Aquarius. Aquarius. From now until the end of 2025, we are going to be doing recent past, present, and near future. I will be drawing the overall energy from this deck and clarifying from whatever decks that I'm called to. First and foremost, I am originally an evidential medium and psychic medium formist before I came to tarot. So although the underlying knowledge of the tarot cards is there, these will be read from the aspect of psychic impressions and how the story flows with the cards as they appear. All right. With that being said, let's go ahead and get going for the sign of Aquarius from now until the end of 2025. Hold your ears in 1, 2, 3 and clear the energy. 1, 2, 3. And so it is. All right. Recent past for the sign of Aquarius, please. Energy for the... Oh, that's quick. Ace of Wands. Present energy for the sign of Aquarius. Present energy for the sign of Aquarius. Overall present energy for the sign of Aquarius. That's too many. Overall present energy for the sign of Aquarius. I feel like I need those. Overall energy for the sign of Aquarius. Near future. Near future for sign of Aquarius. Near future for sign of Aquarius. Near future for sign of Aquarius. Let's try. Okay. I feel like I want to pull one from this deck and then we'll clarify. I don't normally do that, but for some reason I feel like I need to do that. Overall energy, past, present, future, near future for the sign of Aquarius up until the end of 2025. What is the recent past? Recent past, overall energy, recent past for sign of Aquarius. Overall recent past. Present energy for sign of Aquarius. Present energy. I came out sideways. Near future for sign of Aquarius. Near future for sign of Aquarius. Near future for sign of Aquarius. Why is it messy? Near future. They came down, so I'm going to leave it down. Alright. I'll set these to the side. Recent past for sign of Aquarius is Ace of Wands upright, the Chariot reversed, and 7 of Cups upright. I'm going to clarify with this deck. So, this is the beginning of a new passion, but getting stuck with so many choices in the recent past. The beginning of a new passion, but getting stuck with so many choices. We're going to clarify that. Spirit guides, ancestors, all deities and gods within the current energy and path of Aquarius. We ask for clarification of the recent past for the sign of Aquarius up until the end of 2025. Let's get with it. Clarify the recent past for the sign of Aquarius. Clarify the recent past. And let's get more clarification for the recent past for the sign of Aquarius. The recent past for the sign of Aquarius. More clarification for the recent. I had a flipper. Thought I had a flipper. Guess not. Nope. Recent past for sign of Aquarius, please. Recent past. Recent past. Okay, let's build the story. You'll hear me repeat myself over and over as I build the story, but it will get clarified in the end. So, to begin, you had look how the wand has this, pew, like a new idea. So you have this new passion in the recent past, but then you have the Chariot reversed and Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups has many options, and with the Chariot reversed, I feel like you got stuck in stagnation because of so many options. Now let's get into what I haven't read. You have the Emperor. So after so many options, the Emperor, this is about rules and protection, but then you have Ace of Cups, so this is an offer or new creativity, and then you have the Lovers. You have the Lovers, and then you have, oh my god, I didn't even see this. You have Nine of Cups, and you have Knight of Swords. Alright, I'm going to build the story. So, you had a passionate new idea in the recent past, and then you got a little bit stuck with so many options. But I feel like that's a person instead of you. Hold on, let me... Yeah, there was an offer of love. Let me get another card. Can you clarify Nine of Pentacles, please, Spirit, in the recent past? Clarify Nine of Pentacles. That's too many. Clarify Nine of Pentacles in the recent past. Clarify Nine of Pentacles in the recent past. Okay. Stuck because your passion came. Stuck because of too many options. And then there's an Emperor. And the Ace of Cups. The Lovers. The Knight of Swords. And there's you. And then you have Nine of Wands in reverse, which is exhaustion, tired, lack of motivation. Okay, in the beginning of the recent past, like you had so many options, and it's like you were excited and passionate, and then feels like this Emperor came along. It feels like someone older that offered a relationship. But Knight of Swords, how can you be an Emperor and then go to the Knight of Swords? So they presented themselves as an Emperor. Ugh. It was an offer of love that presented himself as an Emperor. He presented himself as stable, but he was really a Knight of Swords. Just a fast guy. In and out. Fast guy. And then you ended up finding security in yourself, but you're overwhelmed about it. You know what this feels like? This feels like that, it feels like you had, in the recent past, you had this passion that you were so excited about, and you had all these options going. Then all of a sudden, this guy or girl, just a strong person, this strong person shows up in your life, and they present themselves to be the person that you dreamed of, right? It's an offer of love. They say they're secure, and then once they say they're secure, then they present themselves as Knight of Swords. Like, it's all about action and fast thinking and I know everything. And you're like, well, forget that. I'm going to find everything in myself, right? You're going to be self-sufficient. But because you had to do that, you're frustrated and tired. You're tired of having to go after you went through that. This person came in and disrupted your process. That's what that feels like. A person came in and disrupted your process. And now, in the recent past, there's just a little lack of motivation in the recent past after going through that. It feels exhausting to me. And I'm just reading the cards. That feels exhausting. 10 minutes, I never spend that much on the past. Oh, that was a rough one, Aquarius. Okay. So, in the current energy, you have Six of Swords reversed. And then you have Five of Swords sideways. I'm going to go ahead and clarify those before I build the story. Okay. For the sign of Aquarius spirit, we need the current energy of all these swords. It's like all people clarity. So much clarity. Did I say? That is Six of Swords. Reversed. And then okay, more present energy, please, for Aquarius. More present energy for Aquarius, please. We have Queen of Wands in reverse, Ten of Swords upright, the World upright. This feels like having... Okay. You stood up for your truth, right? But at what cost, right? You stood up for your truth at what cost? This is your current energy. You stood up for yourself with the truth to get self-respect. And it caused an ending. And this is more ending. A completion. But this is what was supposed to happen. This is what was supposed to happen. This was divinely... This is what was supposed to happen. You were supposed to find your self-respect. All of this endings had to happen to find your self-respect right now. You are currently... Your current energy is celebrating finding your self-respect. Let's keep going. More with the current energy, please. This ending brought your self-respect. Gosh, there's so many swords here. So much truth in the current energy. In the past energy, it was more passion. And your current energy, you're about just making sure the truth is the truth is the most important right now. Setting clear boundaries and being clear-minded, making sure you perceive things clearly. The completion of a cycle so you can see things clearly, and then your passion shows up again. This makes sense. This is your current energy. All of that passion you had, and someone came in and disrupted your process. And in your current energy, you had to defend yourself, right? But it did cause an ending, and you had to, do it yourself, basically. Do it yourself. But in the end, you became the Queen of Swords, and you're starting a new passion. Ace of Wands. You know what is so crazy? If you look at these cards, can you see all this? So, in the recent past, you started off with your passion. And then this person came right in this area, and all this stuff happened, right? For you to have to speak the truth. And then after all that, you're finally currently back at your passion again. It's like this person or thing that came in caused this disruption in your life, Aquarius, and you had to go through all this stuff to get back to your passion. You know what I'm hearing in my head? A lesson is a blessing. So I don't know what currently is going on in each individual person's life, because this is a collective Aquarius reading, but it feels like whatever the disruption was, it was a lesson that was a blessing. Because probably if you would have gone on with your passions at that time, you weren't ready for it. Now you're ready. All right, let's go into the near future. You have the Star, which makes so much sense because this is your hopes and dreams. You found your passion and your current energy, right? You're just now starting it again. Just now. It's probably like right now because we're almost at the end of 2025. And then in your near future is your hopes and dreams. I haven't turned these over yet. Your hopes and dreams. Don't get scared. We have 10 of Cups in reverse, which is emotional fulfillment. And then we have 10 of Swords. And then we have 7 of Wands. And then we're going to clarify that. Okay, Spirit, let's clarify the near future, please. And we're going to get the near future for the sign of Aquarius. Near future, Spirit, for Aquarius. Near future for Aquarius. Keep going. Recognition. Near future. And we'll take that. Okay, now we're building it. So near future, your hopes and dreams show up. But in the beginning, they don't emotionally fulfill you, right? But then you defend them. You defend them. You defend an ending. Let me build this story. Your hopes and dreams show up in the near future. But it's not quite emotionally fulfilling until after this ending has been defended. When the ending has been defended, then you have self-confidence and victory. And also this is recognition, either within your tribe, your community, or, publicly. So you being recognized for your actions. And you have 4 of Wands in reverse. But this is like, instead of, this is inner harmony. You're doing it yourself. And then you have 5 of Swords again, which you had sideways over here. But here, it's like after you defend everything, in the end you get the 10 of Cups upright. You know what is so crazy? Okay, because, where do we go? Yeah. When you're Aquarius, when your passion first shows up, right? It's not quite emotionally fulfilling because you got 10 of Cups in reverse. But once you defend this ending back here, once you defend that, then everybody recognizes who you are and what your passions are. And once they recognize what your passions are, you feel good about yourself. You're like, yeah, I did it. And then it's almost like you feel like it cost you a lot. All of this cost you a lot, Aquarius, having to go through all of this. This all cost you a lot, having to go through it. But at the end is your complete happiness. Everything, emotional fulfillment. 10 of Cups. Everything you wanted in the near future comes after you defend your ending. So in the near future, Aquarius, when your passion shows up and it doesn't feel like it's really completing you, don't get worried, because once you defend yourself against not having to put up with endings anymore. That's what that is. You don't have to put up with endings anymore. This is all about self. You don't have to put up with endings anymore. And you defend that. And then everyone recognizes who you are. And it's going to cost you. But in the end, you'll be completely fulfilled. I don't know what I said through this whole reading, but I hope it makes sense, Aquarius. I hope that helps in some kind of way. That's your reading up until the end of 2025. It looks like at the very end of 2025, you finally get your complete support and fulfillment in your heart emotionally. But you feel like it's going to have cost you a little bit. But in the end, it's great, Aquarius, in the end. All right, let's go ahead and get you a angel message, and we'll call that a reading until the end of 2025, and then I'll be back at the beginning of 2026, Aquarius. Hope this helped give guidance in some kind of way. Yeah, that person or situation in the recent past just caused you a hiccup, you know. But your passion shows back up. You defend yourself. You speak up for yourself. And your passion, it feels like right now, your passion is just now showing up. Just don't worry when your dreams show up that it doesn't quite feel like it's fulfilling you. Give yourself grace and give yourself a moment, because once you get past that feeling when it first shows up, people are going to come in and recognize you, and that feeling is going to then really take hold in your heart, and you're going to be completely fulfilled. But don't worry when you get that little hiccup. It's like you get a little scared. That's what it feels like. It feels like when your hopes and dreams all show up, it's like they show up and you're scared. You're scared of the ending. Let me go back and read this. That's what that is. Your hopes and dreams show up and you're scared emotionally. You're scared of endings. But then you defend it. You're like, wait a second. So don't get worried. You're going to have a little bit of an emotional hiccup after your hopes and dreams show up. It's going to be a little bit scary. But once you get past being scared about it, it is everything you wanted. So it's just getting over the fear when they show up. When your hopes and dreams show up, there's a little bit of fear there. There's a little bit of fear. There's a little bit of fear of an ending coming again is what it is. But it's not, sweetie. It's not coming again. Everything you wanted is coming. It's just a little bit of self-doubt that shows up after your dreams show up in the future. And that's okay. You find your footing. You'll find your footing. And people will recognize you for it. You're going to get the support you need. And your hopes and dreams are going to show up. Here's your oracle cards, or your angel cards. You got contentment and dreams. How funny. Because I said when your dreams show up, you're going to be content. And that's what the cards say. So I'll go ahead and read them for you. 8787, contentment. Live in the present moment and enjoy the simple, and that's confirmation. You hear that? Listen up. Contentment. Live in the present moment and enjoy the simple things. Take a walk in nature. Savor a delicious meal and cherish the time with loved ones. Find peace and contentment in the here and now. 8787. Your next card is 2323. Dreams. Nurture your inner light, fueling it with self-care, self-reflection, and self-compassion. Seek meaningful connections, fostering supportive relationships and shared experiences. Embrace challenges as opportunities for learning and resilience, embracing change with courage and optimism. These two cards sum up your entire reading. I'll set them right here in case you want to pause it and read them. These sum up everything that I just read, Aquarius. I hope this makes sense, Aquarius. That was a long reading, but we got through it. Peace and love, Aquarius. I hope that you enjoyed this reading. This is until the end of 2025. I will be back at the beginning of the year, and I hope the holidays become happy and wonderful for you, and sending you love. Okay, bye.